Hi first grade, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. You are on your second week of math for e-learning. I am so incredibly proud of what kind of work I was seeing last week. So I'm even more excited to see what you can show me for a full week of math. Okay, let's get started. So Mrs. Gordon has your number of the day. We are doing the number 55, and I need you to tell Mrs. Gordon what 10 more than 55 would be and what 10 less than 55 would be. Now, make sure you have your piece of paper and pencil so that you can work this out with Mrs. Gordon. Pause this video if you need to. All right, friends, so I gave you a few seconds to get started. So we're gonna do the first one here. So if I need to find 10 more than 55, I'm gonna go ahead and look at my 10 spot because that is where all the 10s are in the number 55. So how many 10s do we have in 55? Right, we have 5 10s currently. So if Miss Gordon wants to add one more 10 to 55, well, what's one more than 5 here? If I want to add one more to my tens place, 5 plus 1 is 6. So this becomes 65 if I'm going to add 10 more to my tens place. So what if I have 55 and I want to take away 10 less? If I want to take 10 off of it. So I'm going to go right back to my tens place, except this time I'm going to take away a 10. So if 10 more was 65, what's 10 less than 55? I hope you said 45, because we are taking our 10 and either bumping it up 1 if it's 10 more, or we're bumping it down 1 if it's 10 less. Fabulous job, guys, on our number of the day. If you found that a little bit tricky, that's okay. That is the point of our lesson, because in a couple of days, we're gonna do some adding and subtracting with 10. So I'm trying to get your brain warmed up and ready for that. All right, so let's go ahead and look back here behind Mrs. Gordon. I am excited. My class, this should look really familiar. We've worked on comparing numbers before, and we worked on comparing numbers last week. But this is where we're going to start using our symbols. So less than, greater than, equal to. And that's when we have our alligators who eat our numbers here. So if I have a pet alligator and he's thinking to himself, where's the biggest number? So think like you're an alligator. Do you want something small? Or are you going to need something big to keep you full? Okay? You're going to need something big. So this alligator, would he rather eat the number 11 or would he rather eat the number 36? Which is the biggest number for him? Right, it's 36. He would much rather eat that big juicy number than the 11. That is way smaller. So using that same idea, we're going to look at this here. What if Mrs. Gordon has 3 10s and 1 1, and we're comparing that to the number 13, okay? So let's talk about our symbols here. We have less than, we have greater than, and there's always our equal to. So I'm going to put these off to the side here so that you can reference them. Let's start here with our 3 10s and 1 1. We're going to draw a picture so this makes more sense. So let's do this one together. If Mrs. Gordon has 3 10s, how many 10s should Mrs. Gordon draw? Big hint, it's on the paper. How many should I draw? 3 10s. So let's do 3 10s. Counting with Miss Gordon, here we go. 10, 20, 30. Now is Mrs. Gordon all done? 3 10s, 1 1, that's all I need? No, I still gotta draw my my 1, 1. So we'll put our little 1 circle off to the side. So let's count and make sure we have our 3 10s and 1 1. So we have 10, 20, 30, 1. So what number did we just create? 31. So I'm going to write that right here at the bottom so that I know what number I have to compare with, okay? So on our left side, we have 31. Now we're comparing it to the number 13. So on this one, we could still draw a picture if we wanted to compare that. So let's do that. And the number 13, how many 10s do I have? 1 10. So let's draw it out. I have 1 10. And how many 1s do we see in the number 13? How many 1s? 3. So let's draw out our 3 circles. Counting Miss Gordon. 1, 2, 3. So now I have a picture of each and I have the number to compare. So if I'm looking at my picture here, I notice something right away. Can you tell which number is much bigger? Is it 31 or is it the number 13? It's 31. Do you see all of these 10s over here? This one has 3 10s. This number over here only has 1 10. So which number would our gator rather eat? Does he want to eat 31 or does he want to eat 13? Which does our gator want to eat? He wants to eat 31. 31's much bigger, so his mouth needs to be facing the number he wants to eat. Just like you're going to eat food. Do you eat food like this? Or do you turn around and eat your food? Right? That doesn't make sense. So your alligator needs to face your food. Ready? So if we have 31, he wants to eat the biggest number. I'm going to draw my little gator mouth so that it's facing the 31. Okay? Beautiful job. I'm going to go ahead and work on this next one here. I want to do this one together and then I'm going to let you do the last one on your own. I have the number 36. I also have the number 3 10s and 6 1s. Are you seeing what Mrs. Gordon's seeing? I'm going to give you a second. You see it? You see it? Okay. If not, that's totally okay. We're going to draw a picture and then you're going to be like, oh gosh, Mrs. Gordon, I got it. So 36, how many 10s do we have in 36? How many? Make sure you're telling me how many 10s? 3, count with Mrs. Gordon. 10, 20, 30. How many 1s does Miss Gordon have? I just underlined it. How many 1s? 6, count with Miss Gordon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have 3 10s and 6 1s. Uh-oh, I just said it. 3 10s and 6 1s. Well, that's what I have over here. 3 10s and 6 1s. So what does that mean then? These are what? They're the same. They're equal. So which symbol am I going to use to show that they're equal? Right, I'm going to use my equal sign. So these are the exact same. How cool was that? Okay, doesn't happen too often, but it does happen from time to time. Mrs. Gordon has one last problem that I want you to do on your own. You don't even need me. I believe in you. You got it. So today you'll be comparing 13 to 1 10 and 9 1s. So today, remember, you're using symbols. That is our goal. You're not using words anymore. So compare 13 to 1 10 and 9 1s. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to work on that problem. Go ahead. I'm coming over to check in on you. So if you're done, awesome. Double check your work. If you're kind of stuck and you're like, Mrs. Gordon, I don't really know what to do, this is what I want you to do. Draw a picture. I've noticed that a lot of my students especially like to jump right to just comparing numbers. There is absolutely nothing wrong with drawing a picture. In fact, I encourage you to do it, just like Mrs. Gordon's drawn a picture each time. Drawing a picture helps you visualize or see how big or small the number that you're working with is. So pictures are good, okay? A few more seconds to get this finished, okay? All right, friends, I'm so excited to go over this. So we're gonna work this out together. So I want you to compare what Mrs. Gordon has to what you have on your paper, okay? So I'm gonna start with the number 13. How many tens does Mrs. Gordon have in the number 13? I have 1 10, so I'm gonna draw my 10. Double check to make sure you have on your paper what Mrs. Gordon has. Then I'm gonna move over to my ones place. How many did I have in my ones place for the number 13? I had 3 ones. Awesome. Let's draw out 3. Count with Miss Gordon. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. We're gonna move over here. I have 1 10, 9 ones. So how do I make that into a picture? If I have 1 10, what should I draw? Right, I'm gonna draw that line to represent 10. So I'm gonna draw my 10. If I have 9 ones, that means I'm gonna draw 9 circles, okay? Count with Miss Gordon, make sure you have the right number of ones because sometimes you forget one or you add an extra, so count with Miss Gordon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now look at your picture here. Would your gator rather eat 1 10 and 9 ones? Or is your gator wanting to eat 1 10 with 3 ones? Which is the biggest number for him to chew? Right, it's gonna be our 1 10 and 9 ones, which is the number 19. This is a way bigger number here. He would rather eat that, so make sure you draw. It's kind of like a sideways V. Your gator, he wants to eat that biggest number. His mouth has to be pointing towards it. My friends, that is the end of our lesson. You guys have done such a beautiful job, and I just want to take a moment to say that I am really impressed with the quality, which means how well you are completing your assignments on Seesaw. I am very, very happy, okay? So keep up that great work you've done last week, and I want you to take that and put it to this week, okay? So your assignment will be posted on Seesaw. We're gonna do a couple more comparing numbers, and then we're moving on to adding and subtracting tens. So let's make sure you finish out strong on your comparing numbers, okay? All right, bye my friends. Love you, have a wonderful day. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? Bye-bye.